This could be the Aquaman greeting because he's holding the trident.
Aquaman greeting, the Wakanda greeting. Yeah, we got them all.
Spock.
I can't do Spock because I have a torn ligament between when I used to play basketball in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll get you a rubber band. We could tape those.
I tape that sucker up, then I could do it. So welcome.
Welcome, everybody. It is Friday the 13th, but it's Friday
Creepy.
the 13th. And that means that it is time for Final Order Cutoff Roundup. What is Final Order Cutoff Roundup, you may ask? We're going to abbreviate that to FOC. FOC is something that we as comic book retailers do every single week. It happens on Monday, and it is our last chance as a store to adjust our numbers before the comics actually ship out to us. Last chance. It's the Hail Mary. It's the, I don't know any other sports last-minute terms. Are there any other sports last-minute terms?
Yeah, there's
power play.
Power play. You can do
We're pulling the goalie. I don't know. Sending all the offense down the field. But it's our last chance to manipulate our order numbers before the books arrive here at the store. And it's your last chance as a comic book enthusiast to get us the orders for books that you may want to try out or things that you've been grabbing off the rack that you haven't necessarily committed to. Because what we do is I look at sell-through numbers. I look at how many copies of whatever title we ordered. I look at how many people are subscribed to that book, how many copies we put on the rack, and how many copies we sold off the rack. So if you're not subscribed to that book, but you grabbed it off the rack, that's cool. We appreciate that. But I take all of that stuff into consideration when I order the comics for the store. And now with all of the instability that is surrounding us, that's going to be even more focused and refined. Like we're going to be cutting numbers even more so because I got to keep this store open for you guys. You know, we want this to be a place where you guys can come to forget about all the crap that's going on out there in the regular world and interact with us dumbasses and hopefully have, you know, a little piece of entertainment. You know, something.
Us help you.
Yeah,
too.
something to take your mind off.
We want you to have
the
the stuff that you ordered.
The daily grind, as
the
it
daily
is.
Grind.
Yeah. So that's why this is so important. That's why we do this show on Friday. You have all weekend to check this show out. We post it. We're obviously live on Facebook right now. We will post it to Facebook after this is over. And then we also upload it to YouTube at our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/C/Hall of Justice Comics Collectibles.
Yes.
I think.
That's it.
We finally hit 100 subscribers, so thanks to you guys for doing that. That's rad. You did that. We love you for that. But you can check that out. We put this up there every Friday, so you have all weekend to watch it. We request that you get your orders to us by 5 p.m. on Monday. This Monday, it's going to be March 16th.
5 p.m.
If you are not our customer, if you're watching this show just for the information, but you have a different local comic book store, find out when they would like your cutoff information. Technically, 10 o'clock Eastern time is the absolute finite deadline. We try to get it in ahead of time because I don't work. I'm off on Monday and I have to come in to do FOC anyway. So I don't want to.
Before 5 o'clock.
Yeah, get it in before. And I know
it drives me nuts. Like 6, 7 o'clock, and we're still getting orders.
Last week was weird because Marvel didn't have the J. Scott Campbell cover for Black Widow #1,
and you did that
ready for the time that we published the show. And so I saw it on Monday. I posted it on Monday, and we had requests come in after 5, which is fine. We took care of it all. But please try to get us your information before 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for our store. Again, reach out if we're not your local shop. I'm sorry, but reach out to your local store and find out when they would like that information.
Yes.
The sooner is always the better. Okay. So let's get into it this week. So the way that we do this show, we ask that if you would like to subscribe to anything, which means that you are going to get the subsequent issues of that title, you can comment sub with the title. We'll put that on your pull list. The computer will generate the orders for you. You don't have to worry about anything. If you don't want to subscribe to it, if you would just like to pull a copy or a couple of copies or a copy of cover A and cover B, please comment pull with the title, the issue number, and then if there's open to order variants, which variant you would like, and finally the quantity. So if you want to order 15 copies of the super cool Venom variant cover that's open to order, we can make that happen. You just got to tell me, and I can order that for you. So that's what we do. Sub gets you the title on your pull list. Pull, or hold slot, whatever you want to call it. Pull gets you a single copy or however many copies ordered specifically on your account. Okay? Sub and pull. Sub and pull. Sub and pull. Okay. So from
Shake
Dark...
and bake.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. Right
Magic
there.
Man.
Oh, we can't touch each other. That's it.
I'm just gonna run up to people in the store like, hey, it's nice to see you.
We don't do that stuff here.
No,
We do that with the handshake. We don't do that.
no kneeling. From Dark Horse this week, we talked about this on the stream sale a couple weeks ago. We have a new series called Dead Dogs Bite, which is a 4-issue miniseries by Tyler Boss, who was one of the creators on 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank, which was a huge independent comic success with Matt Rosenberg that was published by Black Mask, I believe. Well, Tyler he's going out on his own. He's writing this story and he's drawing this story called Dead Dogs Bite. And here's the premise. So Cormac Guffin has gone missing. It's been 3 days and no one has seen hide nor hair of her. The police have nothing, and the townsfolk are acting more like a funeral procession than a search party. If Cormac has any hope of being found, it rests on the slouching shoulders of her best friend, Jo. Jo will need her wits about her, though, because like any story worth hearing, nothing is what it seems. From award-winning cartoonist Tyler Boss comes the story of a riddle wrapped in an enigma wrapped in a candy wrapper. So... total like missing person, CSI, crime, mystery, thriller. Cover A on my side is by Tyler Boss. Cover B on Dom's side is by Ian Bertram, who is the artist on Little Bird.
It does look like that.
Right? 4-issue miniseries, Dead Dogs Bite. If you're interested, if you dig his work on 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank, let us know. Let us know if you'd like to add that to your subscription or if you'd just like to pull a copy and see what it's all about.
And Frosty said, "Get on the hype train." Oh, here it is,
Toot,
coming up.
Toot, right
Here it
here. There it is. There is the hype train. That is Batman 89, friends. Batman 89 is getting a 3rd printing, and if you can't tell from that cover, that is a minimal trade dress version of the main cover by Tony Daniel as the 3rd printing for Batman 89. First cameo appearance of Punchline's bottom face. I don't know. That's kind of what it is. So, but its 2nd prints are sold out. 1st prints are sold out. They're doing a 3rd printing. There's another 3rd printing that we'll get to here in a second. This show is filled with a lot of not 1st printings. We'll get to them here in just a second. So if you want a copy, if you're a completionist, if you're all in on Punchline, make sure you let us know that you'd like a copy of the 3rd print of Batman 89. Pull. It's only pull. Unless you want to subscribe to Batman, which we would gladly do that for you. So.
This is not going to be part of a sub, though.
Yeah, we can't subscribe. I can't subscribe you to 3rd prints of Batman 89.
So it's a pull.
It's a pull. This is only a pull.
Right.
Here we go. This next one is massive, my friends.
Okay.
We talked about Robin's 80th anniversary a few shows ago. Robin 80th anniversary, 80-page giant, 100-page super spectacular. I don't remember the adjectives. Comes out next week. This week, on Monday, Catwoman is turning 80, and to celebrate, we have the Catwoman 80th Anniversary 100-page super special.
That's right.
100-page super special.
Makeup,
I know, right?
So depressed.
We've got DC's got a huge soiree that's invite only, packed with creators who mean the most to her and whom she means the most to. Stories featured in this 100-page spectacular include a tale. That doesn't work. That doesn't work as well.
I get it. I was going to give you a fist bump. Gotta give you one of these.
That doesn't work as well coming out of my mouth as it does reading it on the screen. That takes place at the end of the Brubaker Stewart Catwoman run, which is pretty cool because it's in honor of artist Darwin Cook. So that's pretty rad.
Awesome.
Plus, Catwoman is caught by an exotic cat collector. Is there such a thing? Are there exotic cat collectors?
With a dollar scoop? Is it a dollar scoop place? Is that what that is?
Oh, that's terrible. She runs into a wannabe thief trying to prove himself as her apprentice. She encounters a mystery involving memorabilia from alternate continuities.
Wow. What?
Hint, hint.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
And of course, some Batman and Catwoman fun. This book is $9.99.
Holy.
But it is 100 pages.
Square bound?
It's going to be square bound, prestige format. And we have cover options for you. The main cover on my side is by the one and only Miss Joelle Jones. The variant cover that is on Dom's side is the 1940s cover by Mr. Adam Hughes. I love the expression on her face in that cover. It's just full of fun and whimsy. Hips don't lie.
That's right.
The 50s variant on my side right here is by Mr. Travis Charest, or I don't know if it's Charest or Charest, Charest.
Look at a cat hanging out up top.
I know, right? How about that 60s cover?
That's cool.
By Mr. J. Scott Campbell right there. Julie Newmar. Goodness gracious.
I know. That's awesome.
I know.
I'm not the biggest fan of him, but that.
But you dig that cover?
It's a nice throwback.
It is. It's good. If you bump us up a touch, we got the 70s variant by Mr. Frank Cho. 80s variant on Dom's side. Art Germ killing it on that one.
That's a good one.
The 90s cover, channeling his Jim Balint, we've got Gabriel Dell'Otto with a very cool, very rainy painted cover.
Is this stuff painted? You said painted.
Yeah,
right?
it's all.
This stuff is all painted.
Always.
God, it looks good.
The 2000s cover is on Dom's side by the one and only Mr. Jim Lee. And then the 2010s variant that we have right down here, if you bump us up a touch, right there. There we go.
There we go.
2010s variant. 2010s? Is there a plural to that? 2010s?
Yeah, I
don't like
that.
that. I don't like that at all. That variant is by Ji Hyung Lee, and it's pretty fantastic. And check out that blank cover. That is the blank cover for the Catwoman 80th anniversary 100-page special.
Many leather-bound books.
Yes, it is not textured. It is no. It's just printed to look that way, which is pretty cool. But they've gone to some detail. I'm glad that they gave us this image because I missed the boat finding out that the Flash 750 was a red blank cover, and we sold out of that immediately. This kind of lavender, pastel, purple Catwoman cover is super freaking cool, and it looks.
But it is not textured.
It is not textured. It's printed to look like it is textured.
Why did they do that?
You don't like that?
Really cool.
Yeah. To give it a little antique, a little weathered look to it.
Yes, something else.
It's on FOC on Monday, $9.99. If you're interested in any of those covers, please let us know so that we can make sure we have a copy.
Textured,
not textured, no. Next up from DC, we have the facsimile edition to what was it called? DC Superstars number 17. This 1977 issue features the debut. It's actually not the debut. It's the origin of Huntress, the untold origin of Green Arrow, and an early adventure of the Legion of Superheroes. And it's offered to coincide with the Catwoman 80th anniversary. Do you know why?
Why?
Because on, I don't remember which Earth, but Huntress is a product of Batman and Catwoman. It's Batman and Catwoman's daughter.
No kidding.
Yeah.
On
one of the alternate worlds. I don't remember which one
cool.
it is. Yeah. So $4.99 for this big DC Superstars number 17 facsimile edition. Here's another second printing. We haven't even seen the first printing of this. So don't ask for Nightwing 70 because we told you about this like 2 weeks ago when it was on FOC. This is the second print for Nightwing number 70, which is part of the lead-in to the Joker War story arc that's going to happen in Batman 85, 86, I think. That's all. It's just a recolored version of the original Nightwing number 70. If you ask to subscribe to Nightwing, you will be put on to Nightwing 71 because our orders for 70 are already in. You can show up here at the store. I think that's coming out this coming Wednesday. If you're here and we have copies on the rack, you're welcome to buy one. But we can't put number 70 on your pull because it comes out next Wednesday.
That's right. Too late.
Too late. We can get you that second print, though. I'm stoked about this next variant cover because this guy has been killing it. He's been doing Catwoman variants. They're all sold out. We have no more of them left on the rack.
That's an Archer?
No, that's Ian McDonald.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So from DC this week, we've got Wonder Woman number 753, the start of a new story arc called The Four Horsewomen.
That's awesome.
Part 1. We've got Paula von Gunther, a.k.a. War Master, has assembled her 4 horsewomen, and now she's out for Wonder Woman's blood. Plus, Diana is put on trial for the sins of the Amazons. Is it all just lies, or is there really a horrible secret the Amazons have kept from their own champion? Main cover on my side is by Robson Roca.
That is an awesome cover.
You
like the detailing behind it?
It is fantastic. Like, that is an amazing cover by Mr. Ian McDonald. So, Wonder Woman 753.
What about this one, John?
Here we go. That's it. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Who's the other side?
This on my side is by Robson Roca.
That's what I thought. I mean, this one's really good. The other one is really good as well.
Yeah.
The zombies in the back, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, those are the 4 horsewomen.
That is something else.
I guess maybe not. I don't know.
There's this 4.
And there's the next one, right there.
Oh, what's that?
That is the 3rd print of Hell Arisen number 3. The first full appearance of Punchline. And I dig it because they colored the title, and so Joker's full color, the title is very Joker colored, and everything else is kind of the same washed out pastel purple.
It's the Color Grind edition, but it's the Laker colors.
Yeah, you're right. So Hell Arisen number 3, 3rd printing on FOC this Monday. If you missed out on the 1st and the 2nd, let us know if you'd like a copy of the 3rd, but it's a pretty cool cover. From Image this week, Decorum number 1, which we've been talking about last night on the stream sale and all week here at the store, is sold out. It is completely sold out. The entire print run is sold out at Diamond. We went big on it. We're offering it as a no-risk number 1. So if you guys are looking for something new, if you've got spring break coming up next week and you're looking for something to read and digest, Decorum number 1, pick up a copy. I think it's $5. If you buy it and read it and don't like it, bring it back. We'll credit you on your next purchase. But this is the 2nd printing for Decorum number 1, which is the wraparound cover by Mike Huddleston. Absolutely beautiful book that is about the most polite assassin you will ever meet. Okay? I think a lot of people are going to be excited about this, Dom. Because Moon Knight is making his appearance in the Avengers with issue number 33 that's on FOC on Monday and the beginning of a new story arc. Moon Knight versus the Avengers. Mummies are rising from their graves. My Oliver would flip his lid if he heard that. Secret armies march by moonlight from Kunlun to Wakanda to Greenwich Village. A dark god invades Asgard, and the Moon Knight has been unleashed as never before. So begins the age of Khonshu. So fall the Avengers. Main cover on my side is by Matteo Scalera. There is a Marvel Zombies variant on Dom's side by Ryan Benjamin. There is also a Spider-Woman cover by Koi Pham. All 3 of those covers are on FOC on Monday. They are cover price, which should be $3.99. If you are a Moon Knight fan,
get on this.
This is the place to jump in because it's a brand new story arc, and Moon Knight is teaming up against the Avengers from the sounds of the solicit. Okay? Next from Marvel this week, we have Marvel Snapshot Captain America number 1, which is just a one-shot. Submariner came out this Wednesday. Human Torch is on deck. Cap is coming up next. So all of these Snapshot books are throwbacks to the golden age of Marvel heroes who existed before there was a Marvel Comics publishing group. This was all during the time of Timely. Excuse me. Acclaimed writer Mark Russell and superstar artist Steve Rude take us to Kirbytown for a literally explosive story of the madness, including Mad Bomb and its aftermath, as the Marvel Snapshot tour through Marvel history continues. A gifted South Bronx teenager sees his neighborhood destroyed in the initial Mad Bomb attack and his future up in smoke with it. What does he do when AIM recruiters come calling? Does he stand by a system that's failed him or find a future outside the law? Featuring Captain America, the Falcon, Iron Man, and more. Main cover is by Alex Ross. There is a variant cover by Ramon Perez, but I don't have a picture of that because it's not available yet. So, $4.99, Marvel's Snapshot, Captain America, number 1. Just a one-shot. Okay?
And, nobody's ever... I mean, some people are never going to read those comics because they're too hard to find.
Right.
And they're so expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's your chance.
So again, it's just a one-shot. It's not something we can subscribe you to, so please comment pull and let us know if you want the other Marvel snapshots that have come out so far. Okay. I'm confused about this next one. I don't know if this is the start of a new ongoing series or if this is just a one-shot to tie into the whole outlawed thing that's happening right now. But we have Champions number 1. The Champions return in troubled times. Troubled times. God, I can't talk today.
I know what's going on.
My tongue's all twisted. The Arsonist had oddly shaped feet, Dom.
Yeah, you did.
I own many leather-bound books. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. A law is passed that goes against everything Ms. Marvel, Nova, and Spider-Man founded the Champions for. But the world still needs heroes, even if the world doesn't want them right now. After Ms. Marvel makes an unexpected and emotional announcement that her team won't go down without a fight, a group of teen vigilantes gathers to plan their next move. But the Cradle, C-R-A-D-L-E, task force, which, that's pretty bad, is hot on their trail, and there's a spy in their midst. Eve Ewing, which is Al Ewing's daughter. Al Ewing is currently writing The Immortal Hulk. His daughter, who wrote Ironheart and Outlawed, and Simone DeMeo team up for a dramatic new era of champions that will define Marvel's teen heroes for years to come. So that, to me, means that it's an ongoing series. The main cover on my side is by Tony Infante. There's a Marvel Zombies variant by Carrie Andrews.
That's really good.
And then we've also got this variant right here is by Simone DeMeo, who is the interior artist for the book. So that gives you an idea of what it's going to look like inside. New Champion series starting off with a number 1. Okay? I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of people that are excited and maybe annoyed about this next series. But we have a 5-issue miniseries. The Power Pack is back with a 5-issue miniseries.
I was trying to get this going so they could do it on the Disney Network.
On Disney Plus? Same.
Yeah.
Katie, Julie, Jack, and Alex Power have been superheroing since they were learning to tie their own shoes. It's been ages since they fought side by side as a family, but a special occasion and an old grudge is about to put the gang back together. There's just one teeny tiny hiccup. A brand new law restricting underage superheroes, and that's kind of what the Champions series is all about, this whole outlawed thing. But surely, if the fate of all New York City is at stake, the powers that be will make an exception, right? Keep your fingers crossed as the Power siblings fight for their right to save the world. Main cover is by Ryan Stegman. There's also a Marvel Zombies variant by Billy Martin, but I don't have that image. So at least it wasn't available last night when I typed this on.
This came out in the 80s, right?
It did. You're absolutely right.
So the girl hasn't grown up since the 80s.
No, not at all.
She should be my age by now.
You're right. Or my age, at least, because you're old.
Exactly. I am old.
Next up from Marvel, we've got a new 5-issue Punisher Versus series. We just wrapped up Punisher Soviet this week with number 5. This is Punisher versus the Barracuda, number 1. Ooh, Barracuda, number 5. The baddest of the bad enters the Marvel Universe. Barracuda, terror of the legendary Punisher Max run, makes his Marvel Universe debut in this prestige miniseries from creators Ed Brisson and Declan Shalvey. While Frank Castle closes the case on a mob hitman hiding out in the Deep South. Deep South.
Deep South.
Deep South. A brutal jailbreak in Miami catches his eye, but one of the escaped prisoners is the man known only as Barracuda, the most sadistic and dangerous of killers in a gangland filled with extremely dangerous and sadistic killers. That's kind of bad copy. Lock the doors and prep the morgues. War is coming to Miami, folks. Main cover on my side is by Ryan Stegman. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Declan Shalvey. 5-issue miniseries, Punisher versus Barracuda.
Here it is.
You ready for the next one? We got a call about this on the phone yesterday here at the store. Venom is hitting issue number 25 with a special oversized and it's not overpriced. It's priced based on the oversized content. This is going to be $5.99. It is the finale to Venom Island, caught between a rock and a hard place.
Rock.
Get it?
I get it.
That's good copy.
That is good stuff. I got to give this to Wakanda forever.
Forever. What is it? We're going to give it 2 Wakandas? Instead of 2 snaps?
I can't snap.
Eddie must make a life-altering decision. How does Eddie move on from the events of Venom Island? That's literally it. That's all that we know about what's happening in Venom number 25. $5.99. The main cover right here is by Ryan Stegman. The variant cover on Dom's side is by Mark Bagley. There is a black blank cover.
But not shown?
If you scroll it up just a sec.
Oh,
there we
sorry,
go. But wait, there's more. There is your black blank cover that's going to be pretty cool and have a whole wraparound thing. Who is blowing us up? I don't know. There is a Marco Cicchetto variant that I do not have the image for.
What's this one then?
That one is by Dave Raposa that's over there on Dom's side.
Smokes.
Yeah, that is badass. And then there is a Ron Lim variant, which is... I love that the Venom symbiote is his umbrella in his lounge chair. It's
my Lord.
Fantastic. So any of those covers that you're seeing on your screen right now are open to order. They're all $5.99. There's only one that we're missing, which is the Marco Cicchetto variant, Venom number 25, the finale to Venom Island. Okay?
Okay.
All right. From Boom Studios this week, keeping on rolling. This creepy worm that's at the bottom here is freaking me out. I don't like that. I don't like that smiley fang-toothed grub. It's unsettling. From Boom this week, we have Buffy Evie Lou is my grandmother-in-law. Buffy Every Generation number 1, which is just a one-shot. It's kind of like an annual. The secret origins of some of the most important Slayers in history, and the first appearance of a new character with a familiar face who will change the way you look at Buffy and everything about her world. This is the Buffy comic that everyone will be talking about, and the most important new character in over 20 years.
Wow.
Okay? So Boom is giving us the information for this thing right here.
They're saying buy it.
They're saying get it.
Change the
They're
world
saying
of
it's going to be, if you're a Buffy fan, there's nothing better than that, I think.
That's right.
$7.99 for this one shot, and that is cover A right there on your screen. So if you're subscribed to Buffy, we'll auto put you on a copy of that. If you don't subscribe to Buffy and you would like one, please let us know. It's just a one shot. I'm kind of excited. My kids love these things.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
From Titan Comics this week comes Minions Sports number 1. Ahead of their next cinematic outing, the Minions, The Rise of Gru on July 3rd. The Minions are at it again with even more banana-related mischief in this new series featuring hilarious stories. The Minions are beloved the world over with 34 million Facebook followers, 1.3 million Instagram followers, 300,000 Twitter followers, and over 60,000 comic book sales in the U.S. alone.
The one that always gets me is the one where he's walking off and get ready to go to the pool.
Yeah.
And his thong is sticking out.
Yeah, exactly.
I fucking love that.
So these are always 3 or 4 issue little miniseries, but they're great. If you've got young kids, they're fantastic things to read with them. Minions Sports number 1 on FOC this Monday. Okay, so that brings us to our second segment of the show. Who does number 2 work for? We still need to get a video of that to plug right in.
Who does number
Just
2 work?
Austin Powers yelling, "Who does number 2 work for? Who does number 2 work for?" Okay, so up first from IDW, we have the Crow. I still don't know how to say this word. Somebody told us last time. Leth. Number 2. This is a 3-issue miniseries. Number 1 came out 2 weeks ago. Not this week. It was last week. Number 2 is on FOC this Monday. So if you picked up a copy of number 1, if you read it and enjoyed it, let us know if you'd like to subscribe to it or pull a copy of number 2.
Oscar?
Oscar or, yeah.
He's a... Yeah,
Peach Momoko did the main cover right there. So Crow number 2, cover A by Peach Momoko.
But it's a cover A. It's not a variant.
It's not a variant.
So I can't buy it.
I don't want it. Cover B on Dom's side is by Tim Seeley with his Punisher abs. But that is Crow Leth number 2. From Image this week, if you picked up a copy of Mirka Andolfo's Mercy last week, number 2 is on FOC on Monday. Number 1 sold out at the distributor level. They're doing a second print of that. There are 3 cover options for issue number 2. Up at the top, that is the main cover by Mirka Andolfo herself. Cover B on Dom's side is by Laura Braga. And cover C down here on my side is by Tony Sandoval. This, I believe, is an 8-issue miniseries. So if you picked up number 1, if you enjoyed it and you'd like to read it more, or if you'd like to continue reading the story, not
read it more.
Not read it more.
Which is also something we're doing.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We got another video about reading it more. Cover C right there is by Tony Sandoval.
I really dig that cover.
Let us know if you would like to subscribe to Mercy or at least pull one of those 3 covers for you so that you don't miss out. And lastly, from Image, we have Outer Darkness Chew number 2. Cover A on my side is by Afu Chan. Cover B on Dom's side is by Rob Guillory. The John Layman verses are crossing over for this little, I think it's a 3 or 5 issue miniseries, something like that. From Marvel this week, we've got 2020 Rescue number 2, which is a 2-issue miniseries, so that's the last one right there. From Boom this week, we have, Wednesday this week, Storyteller Ghosts number 1 hit the racks. I haven't had a chance to flip through it, but this is kind of like an anthology book. Every issue is a different ghost story. Issue number 2 features, oh god, I can't remember what it was, but it's a new person that's doing this this issue. The cover B is so issue 2 is written and drawn by Jennifer Rostkowski, who did cover B. So before I get there, cover A on my side is by Michael Walsh. Cover B on Dom's side is by Jennifer Rostowski. And cover C down below here is by Danny Strips. That's the FOC exclusive cover that Boom likes to do. So, if you picked up Storyteller Ghosts number 1 and read it and enjoyed it...
What is an FOC cover, John?
So, that's a great question, Dom. I'm glad you asked. So, when Boom solicits their comics on initial order, there are only 2 covers that are available, which are cover A at the very top and cover B on the top on Dom's side. What Boom likes to do is they like to give retailers who participate in Final Order Cutoff, because believe it or not, there are people that don't do FOC,
right,
another option. So this cover, the Danny Strips cover to Storyteller Ghosts, is only available to those retailers that participate in FOC. If you don't do FOC, you don't even know that thing right there exists. So they try to give us an extra thing to offer to people that's relatively limited, but that we don't have to jump any hoops to get, except for doing orders. Yeah, exactly. So that's what that guy is right there. The FOC cover to Storyteller Ghosts number 2. Okay? I like that dog that's in the bottom of that cover.
Dog?
That you would name it after the dog. Okay. Here's another example. This is another Boom title. This one came out last week. We've got King of Nowhere, number 2. The Tyler Jenkins art book.
You're right,
Tyler,
man?
no.
You having a stroke?
It's written by the guy who writes Ice Cream Man, and it's drawn by Tyler Jenkins, who's done Grass Kings. So cover A on my side is by Tyler Jenkins. Cover B, which I don't have an image of, is drawn by Martin Mazzaro, so there's no picture of that. And then cover C, which again is the FOC exclusive cover on Dom's side, is by David Rubin. So if you picked up King of Nowhere last week and you had a chance to read it, and if you enjoyed it, let us know if you would like to subscribe to it or at least pull a copy of number 2.
Right, see where it's going.
That's right. Sometimes, a lot of times with these new independent books, the number 1s are a quick read and they're all set up. So you don't really know, like when I read Middle West, I was hooked, but at the same time, issue number 1 was a quick read, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know where they're going with this.
Because the way it ended was,
yeah.
It wasn't a cliffhanger, it was just an ending.
But it was enough of a hook to want you to come back and read the next issue.
Right.
So you got to give these indie books, if you're actually reading comics and not speculating on them, you got to give them a couple of issues to figure out where they're going.
They're mostly 6 issues.
Right, a lot of times. Well, a story arc is 6 issues. That's pretty standard. And lastly, from Aftershock this week, we're still on our number 2s. Here is Join the Future number 2. I believe this also came out last week. So if you grabbed a copy off of the rack and had a chance to read Zach Kaplan and Peter Kowalski's weird mashup of sci-fi and Western and assimilating small townships into these giant megacities, just like the Borg. Again, let us know if you'd like to add Join the Future to your subscription, or if you'd at least like to pull a copy of number 2. Okay? Who does number 2 work for, Don?
That's what
it works for you if you pay attention.
That's right.
Okay, here is your complete list of everything that is on FOC this coming Monday, March 16th. The reason that we throw this out here for you is so that you guys can hang out at home with your family and take all of these little item codes that are right there. I don't know which one you want to grab.
I'm
If you want to
gonna
grab
grab
one.
this time.
We're gonna walk through this and show you how it works. If you copy that item code that starts with a month abbreviation, so there's December, January, February, blah, 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 copy that sucker, paste it into a web browser, doesn't matter which one you use. The first thing that's going to come up in your search result is the Previews World listing for that exact item. So, for example, this is Ruby number 7. This is the cardstock Derek Chu variant for Ruby number 7, which is the finale of the series. You get a list of the creative teams, you get a little summary of what the book is about, and then suggested retail price. So you can take this list, you can go through it item by item and build a want list that you can send us that we will order for you. It's as simple as that. So that's what that big giant mess of a list is at the very end of our write-up. It's all broken down by publisher. So you've got Boom and Dark Horse and DC, and then you have this giant chunk of kind of others that's just listed as comics and graphic novels. Oh, I didn't even know Sumerian Red Nails number 1 is on FOC. I totally missed that when I was doing my write-up. But you can use that huge list that's at the end of our post to your advantage to kind of figure out what you want to order, if there's anything that you do want to order. So that's it. That's how it works. Get your orders in by 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Monday. We go over this video. We look at the comments here. We look at the comments on our Facebook page. We look at emails. We look at direct messages. We look at comments on YouTube. It's a chore to put everything together, but we try to do our best to make sure that everybody gets what they want. So,
Right.
yeah.
Is that it?
That's it. Have a happy Friday the 13th. Be careful out there. Wash your hands. Wakanda forever. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you next time.